What is the public trust doctrine? Have you ever wondered how certain natural resources are protected for everyone to enjoy? The public trust doctrine is a legal principle that addresses this very issue. It holds that specific resources, like navigable waters, shorelines, and wildlife, are preserved by the government for public use and benefit. This means that the state acts as a caretaker, ensuring these resources are managed responsibly for both current and future generations. Under this doctrine, the government cannot simply hand over control of these resources without strict rules. It must make sure that any decisions regarding them are fair and aimed at their preservation. This principle establishes that some resources belong to the public rather than being fully owned by private individuals. Even if parts of these resources are on private land, the public still has rights to access them for activities like navigation, fishing, or recreation. In terms of water rights regulation, the public trust doctrine plays a significant role in balancing private property rights with public interests. It requires ongoing government oversight to mediate between how private individuals use these resources and the need to protect them for everyone. This does not eliminate private property rights, but modifies them to ensure that private use does not harm public trust resources. From a libertarian viewpoint, the public trust doctrine can be seen as a limitation on private property rights. Libertarians often advocate for individual ownership and minimal government involvement. They may view this doctrine as a way for courts to expand public rights at the expense of private property. This judicial expansion can be seen as undermining the rule of law, as it shifts rights between private owners and the public without clear legal authority or democratic input. However, some libertarian thinkers acknowledge that a certain level of common property is necessary to maintain the overall system of private property. For example, navigable waters and shorelines have unique public value. If these were fully privatized, it could harm broader societal interests and destabilize private property rights. Therefore, a narrowly defined public trust doctrine that avoids excessive government intrusion may align better with libertarian principles. In practical terms, this doctrine means that governments must carefully supervise the use of water bodies and related natural resources. They need to ensure that private exploitation does not degrade these resources or limit public access. This supervision aims to prevent environmental harm and maintain the availability of these resources for public use. Libertarians argue that this should be done with clear limits to avoid unnecessary restrictions on private property and economic freedom.